Hey guys, my name is Matt Numrich, and today in this video we're going to cover carjacking defense, especially up against a firearm. Now this is a very dangerous situation. I want to make sure that we always understand that if we have the option or if we feel that it's better to go ahead and comply as opposed to not complying, well, please go ahead and do that. But if we need to go ahead and take action and disarm somebody who is attacking us with a gun while we're in our car, well, once again, I want to make sure that we give you guys some solutions. So hang with me and we'll talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, the first of the four scenarios that we're going to handle for a carjacking situation is where you have somebody who's outside the car right here and they're sticking a gun from this position right at your face. We want to make sure that we go ahead and comply with the person, put our hands up. That's just simply showing the person that we're complying. It's going to, once again, as I always say, kind of lessen the person's anxiety from that position. But we want to make sure that we're not agitating the person. If I start swearing at the person or anything like that, just going to enrage this person, probably motivate them to pull the trigger earlier than they would want to. So from this position right here is we have two options. I always say it's the option where if I need to get out of my car, then I can do so. But the first thing we want to do is go ahead and pin this weapon right up against the window right here. So if I'm right here in this scenario, we want to go ahead and do right here. And then we have two different options. If we have the possibility to drive on off, go ahead and drive on off. This person is going to go ahead and let go of that weapon. I can guarantee you that. If by chance we're in a parking spot or we can't move out, the car is off, we don't have our keys with us, we're in this scenario. Once we have in this scenario, all we want to do is start pounding away right here. But it's so important that this line of fire is cleared. If you have not checked out our basic gun disarm videos, please make sure you do so, because it will tell you that this is paramount right here, making sure that we clear this line of fire out from us. Once we do that, we can leverage the structure of the car right here to pin the weapon and then do one of two things. Like I said, we can either drive on off or we can strike the person's hand right here until they go ahead and we let go. Then we have the weapon. The second kind of scenario that we have right here when we're talking about a carjacking situation is the person's outside of the vehicle, but they're in the rear position. Now I'm going to tell you right from the get-go, there's a reason why law enforcement people, when they go ahead and they pull you over, they're not going to stand right here, they're going to stand in this position. It's a very, very kind of a submissive position to put me in. They have a lot of control, they have a lot of leverage, they have a lot of awareness from this position right here. So it makes it twice, if not three times as difficult for me to defend against. But let's work through this right here. If Richie goes ahead and holds up right here, I want to put my hands up. Now I've talked about from the previous position, we put our hands up to act submissive, to be compliant, to go ahead and to lower this person's guard. But we also do it to make sure that we put our hands as quickly and as closely to this person's weapon as possible. I'm not making a brash move where I'm going from here up to here, okay? If I put my hands up, I can make it quickly. Same thing right here, but because it's in this inferior position for me, it forces me to go ahead and have this hand close, or once again, when I clear, I can go ahead and clear. I'm pinning against the weapon, I'm pinning the weapon up against the car right here, and I can do one of two things. The first thing I can do is I can drive off if I need to. Second thing I can do is I can start smashing this person's hand and take this weapon back from this position. So that is the second kind of positional scenario that we have. All right, the third kind of scenario that we're going to go ahead and put ourselves in is that the person's in our passenger seat and they're holding us up from this position. So if I'm going ahead and I'm driving, Richie puts the gun up right there. Notice that my hand placement, it's not to this position, it's this position. Very, very important. I clear the weapon right here. I punch right over the top. I reach under. Here's my disarm right here. I can throw it back in his face if I need to. I can get out. I can shoot if I need to, whatever the situation calls for. So from right here, my hand goes right up. This is my clear. Notice when I clear, this hand does not get cross the line of fire right here. So as I do this, this hand drops under. I punch, that's my shot of pain. I come right back under. Here's the disarm. I can shove it right back in the face, clear if I need to, get out, shoot, whatever I need to do to go ahead and follow on up. So that's how we handle somebody from the passenger side holding us up. The fourth scenario we have is if someone's in the back seat holding you up and now they have the gun right to your temple or right to the side of your head. So as we do this, they're going to go ahead and be in this position. Hands are up as always. Now, this little movement right here must be very, very quick. I'm coming around and I'm twisting. This is the movement that I want. So as I go here, notice how my hand is placed literally inches from the firearm right here. I also want to make sure that I clear my head. So if at all possible, this is happening and I'm also ducking back. So from here, this is what I want. Once I get into this scenario, both hands are going to come together. I'm pushing forward all the way to the windshield if at all possible to clear that weapon. So as I go right here, this is what I'm looking for. Push. Let's go ahead and carry it all the way through. Full steps. and then I'll once again have this weapon. I can go ahead and get out of the car if I need to, or fire back, whatever the situation calls for. In the video that we're gonna go ahead and make today, we're gonna be covering some gun disarms. Make sure when you guys practice this, we practice with training weapons. We're really not training with real weapons. That's just as foolish. So as of right here, we're going ahead and we're training with a training weapon. You guys do the same. We'll see you soon. I do not want to extend my car warranty.